the legislative process of the AI Act has been nothing short of a marathon, and there were rapid advancements in AI in itself. New risks have emerged with regards to the AI application. Also, the societal pressure for regulation on AI has increased. And furthermore, the looming shadow of the upcoming European Parliament elections had a strict deadline to finalize the drafting of the law. Do you think that in light of all these pressures and how much did they influence the overall process and the final shape of the law? And do you think that the lawmakers were able to actually thoroughly discuss the articles in context and anticipate some unintended consequences?
Mm. It's a very good question that I will reply to in two very different directions. So first of all, I think AI was maybe one of the first digital legislative pieces here coming from the European Union, where the policy makers were really heavily involved, were closely following new developments, and actually included in the AI Act a lot of rather new tools of lawmaking. For example, the strong focus on implementing acts, delegated acts that are connected to articles and annexes, the regulatory sandboxes, all those advisory forums, scientific panels, and so on. And all of that, and of course also the strong focus on harmonized standards in Article 40 with the presumption of conformity. All those points we included in a way to make the legislative piece more future-proof and make it easy to adjust it. A delegated act could pass the whole process of drafting it, presenting it, and getting the yes or no from the Parliament and Council in 6 months, for example. And with all those steps, we and our bosses kind of anticipated that AI is changing very fastly, and we saw it with GPI and generative AI, as you said, that even in the discussions there were new topics that the Commission and also the Parliament didn't think about. So this is a good thing, and I think again the co-legislators learned a lot and improved a little bit the legislative process and the lawmaking per se. On the negative side, indeed, there was a lot of pressure from the society, from companies, but I would say most of this pressure was coming from within the EU institutions. It was a useless pressure that there was not really a reason for. And it led to a situation that, all political groups, especially the shadows, were constantly hearing, you need to accept it, we cannot wait anymore. Everyone wants the AI Act, there is the European election, no one knows what happens afterwards, and so on and so on. And this indeed, as you indicated in your question, led to a situation that many things have not been discussed properly. Some parts of the AI Act have not even been discussed at all. And on big changes like the one on generative AI, we had the situation that the co-rapporteurs decided to discuss it only at the very end of the trialogue, which led to a situation that we received in this marathon political trialogue from the 6th to the 8th of December, 4 or 5 new versions how to regulate general purpose AI models, and were then confronted to give a feedback in 20 minutes. And somehow it was, at least the first 2 versions were completely new approaches, completely new text. And this Axel and I, and this view is shared by a lot of other shadow rapporteurs, like, for example, Svenja Hahn, are really still furious about. This is not the way how you should do laws. And the results we are seeing now, the AI Act has a lot of good elements, but it has also a lot of extremely vague and unclear procedures, definitions, and so on.
Indeed.
And this is, again, the result of bad lawmaking under a lot of time pressure.